Lawin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Welcome to our final episode 13, season 1 of Teacher Talk, live Chikahan with
Teacher Cora and
Dr. Clare. Yes. Ang
Kamusta kayong lahat dyan?
Yes.
We're sorry because to our viewers that we came in late. It's because wala ho kaming bagyo. It is just that technical difficulties happen and we need to sort it out. That's why we came in late. But however, we're here. That show must go on. There you go. How was your week, Doc? Oh, teka muna. We have to look at in the Philippines today. Kamusta kayo dyan? I hope you were able to survive the bagyo. And we are really with you. We are praying for everybody's safety and get back on our feet really strong. So here's Houston. We are doing good and we are doing something. There are lots of organizations that are putting their stuff together to extend our help sa inyong lahat dyan. So I think Dr. Clare, you have done something last night?
Yes, that's right. That's right. So last night, I had the opportunity to be able to watch Odette Quesada's 40th anniversary concert. So if you know, sa mga those who na lumaki sa 80s, right? I was able to catch up on the last leg of that 80s when she was really producing a lot of this Filipino masterpieces, right? She's a well-known Filipino composer. So 40 years in the business, and she came here to have a concert. And of course, you know, one of the things, I think it was Gawad Kalinga, right, who was partnership with her, and it's actually gonna benefit from that concert. So some of the proceeds of that concert will actually go to Gawad Kalinga, who they have promised, right, to be able to share those sa mga nasalanta ng bagyo. And of course, you know, talking about that concert, I believe we have a clip to share with our audience, and I really want to talk about who those people are, reminiscing the days, and then the final song. So let's watch this video.
Okay, let's watch it.
We smiled, and that's how it all started. And you came right in time when I needed.
Ilocana o Waray, asul ang aking passport, kayo banggi aking kulay. Dalawang trabaho, panay ang overtime, at
Wow, that is
All
so full
right.
of fun.
I
Oh my God.
know. So
Plus
you
the
saw.
American song. Is that an original song?
Yes, so we I would
Wow.
like to talk about, so that show was actually directed by Roel Santiago, right?
Uh-huh.
And then of course Miss Odette Quesada was that was her the main show. And then we have the Soul Asia's Queen of Soul, Jaya, who was there,
Mhm.
and then Raymond Lauchenko na kinalakihan natin, I'm growing up, right?
That's true.
Oh, and then si ano naman, si Fidel, yung husband ni Donita Rose also sang. So it was a really nice. And I want to talk about that Americana song, right? I think
Yeah.
it was actually a Filipino production. It was a play. I had the privilege of seeing it in San Francisco in 2004. It was Fedelis Reyes who was, she was talking about all of our journey coming to America. So it was so fun, right? You heard the lyrics, Americana na, pero nakakahon
Yeah.
pa rin, yun ba? Yung baggages natin, kahon pa rin. So that was really, talking about dalawa-dalawa yung trabaho, because life here in the
Yeah.
US, although, it will sometimes look sa optics natin na, oy, it's very, masaya yung buhay,
Mhm.
it's ano bang comfortable, hindi
Comfortable.
po. No, we have our struggles then. So it was really a beautiful play, and I hope they're gonna, redo that play kasi ang ganda-ganda talaga ng
Not
message.
only that, if they will redo it, they will show it in the different cities of,
Yes.
I mean, different states so that
Oh
people
my
can see.
gosh.
Yeah, that
Yes.
would be a good suggestion for the producers. If you know the producer, let
Oh.
them know. And I think that is a full reflection of how we Filipinos struggle here in United States, and
Mhm.
maybe that actually it's not even in the United States, all over the world, right? Because
Oo, oo.
every country in the world, you will see Filipinos working, living there, and doing a lot of stuff. Okay, so
Yes,
start. Let's
of
start our
course.
show for now because we got a lot of
I know.
people waiting for us. Guys, today's
Exactly.
episode is a review of all of the episodes we did from episode 1 to episode 13. And what we
Actually, this
want,
1
yeah,
to 12, because
I want
the
to 12
episode
because 13.
13 is
Yes.
teacher talk. It's a
Uh-huh.
wrap.
Oh,
Kasama
yes.
kayo. So, you're
Yes.
probably asking, who's our special guest? Kayo po.
You.
You, our audience, you are our special guest. So, let's start
Yes.
out
Let's
with
go get
our,
our,
yes,
there you go.
mabuhay cheers. So, everyone
Mabuhay sa
get
inyo
your
lahat.
coffee. Let's have our mabuhay cheers. Cheers to you. May mga ano
Cheers.
na tayo. We
Okay.
have some of our interactions na dito. So pasabog na tayo sa interactions before we play
Yes.
our first video.
Do we
Let's
have what
yes,
some?
yes,
Okay.
let's go ahead and start greeting them. We have Tin Baroga
Good
right
morning,
here.
Tin.
Yes. And then we have Mildred Danao Molito who said, super love that song. Yes. Miss Mildred was there sa concert.
Yeah, I saw them.
Oh,
Wow.
yes, and then yeah, she actually said they should bring that play here in Texas. So
Exactly.
we just have to
Exactly, Mildred. Well, Claire, Dr. Claire will work on that.
I
She
will
got
try.
connected
I
with
think
all
that
those
just really a
people.
good
And
idea. Yes.
I think Claire, we should be the one also working with them and collaborate with the sponsors so we could get a lot of teachers and other colleagues to watch that show. How about that? Now
Yes,
I
that would
am
be
I am
great.
putting you on the spot right there.
I know them. Yeah. And you know how that happens, right? We always know
Yeah.
that there is that big person up there who will make
Mhm.
everything work out, right?
That's
For his
right.
good. Especially if this play really has a wonderful message. But yes, I will
Mhm.
take that on and communicate with the right people, diba? And then we also
Okay, so
have
who else?
here right here, Monica
Monica.
Triunfante. Good
Ante,
morning.
good morning, Ma'am Cora and Dr. Claire. Good morning,
Yes.
Monica.
Yes. All right. So let's
Do we
get
still
this
have
ball
someone?
rolling. How we're gonna do it is we will play an episode, and then we'll talk about our episode. And we are waiting for you, our dear audience, to go ahead and give a shout out, questions maybe, or reactions,
Yes.
of that episode. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's play our first video.
Then what happened. I came to the States in 1999 for personal reasons. And I work at the bank, and I was just like, it paid the bills. This is good. But I'm like, there was just not, that fire that you want to wake up to every day. And so I decided to complete my teacher certification. I took literacy and human development at the State University of New York, at Binghamton. So that's where I think that's where I found my passion in literacy and in my social justice classes, that generational poverty, that illiteracy, it's not just a third world problem, it's a global issue. And so I wanted to teach. I worked as an even start educator while to school, and as an even start educator, I worked with students like in first and second grade who are reading below grade level, but if their parents didn't earn their high school diploma, I was helping them earn their GED. So that the whole thing about generational poverty, the whole thing about, okay, let's meet the needs of the kids, but then also meet the needs of the adults.
There
Wow,
you go.
yes.
Wow.
That was Dr. Jeline Roble, right? And she
Uh-huh.
is actually the science coordinator at A-Leaf. And Teacher Cora, you want to share something about Dr. Roble, right?
Yeah. Before I share something about Dr. Jeline Roble, this episode, guys, this is all about uh, leader ako kasi Pinoy
Filipino.
ako. So
Oo.
that's the byline of that particular topic. So we invited our Filipino teachers who are in the position and are really excelling in whatever they were. And one of those is Dr. Jeline Roble. And to tell everybody, I don't know if, well, she already know though. So Dr. Jeline Roble received the Outstanding Award for Professional awarded by the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce, and she will be awarded on the gala night at the Sonesta Hotel on November 9. So, congratulations to our outstanding professional, Dr. Jeline Roble.
Wow.
I hope she's watching today. So,
No,
we're giving you a shout out, Dr. Roble.
and then the award is a professional. It's not only on the education sector, it is all the
Yeah,
professionals,
yes.
and she was chosen. Oh, galing
It was
talaga.
a tough competition though. It was
I
really a
can
tough
imagine.
competition. And then I saw the thing that how they judged Brickman. She really
Mhm.
fits in that category. Thank you
There
so
you
much.
go. We have here
Roble.
Dr. Roble,
Oh,
Outstanding Professional Award. Galing.
yes.
And then in that episode,
Congratulations.
she was talking about literacy, right? She
Mm-hmm.
talked about how literacy can, empower all of us. And so I think the biggest piece message that we can get from what she shared, right, is that how
Mm-hmm.
education plays a part in social mobility, right? That
Mm-hmm.
through education, and I think it's the same values that has been shared to us by our Filipino parents, right?
That's
They
true.
always,
Mm-hmm.
wala kaming maibibigay sa inyo kundi yung inyong edukasyon, right? It's
Yeah.
your education. That's the only thing that we can give you, right?
Yeah.
No riches, no wealth, but it's only
Nothing.
education. And then she went back and said,
Yeah.
yes, how these parents who did not have that literacy component, but we are now helping them, and then they see that value. Galing. So,
And
well,
then Dr. Claire, the
yes.
thing is, our guest during who are the other guys? Do you remember?
Oh, yes,
Uh,
it was Mr. Paul Karampatan, who is
yes.
a director in Aldine,
Mhm.
and then also Mr. Dionisio, right? Norman Dionisio, who is a principal in Aldine
Okay.
School District. So,
So,
galing.
guys, this only tells you that the title itself fits with our guest because
Mm-mm.
they lead. They started this program, a lot of programs that made a difference in terms of literacy, in terms of the growth and education of students right here in United States. So being a Filipino educator, being a Filipino professional here, it takes a lot of leadership for them to be in that position.
That is
And we want to tell you that we just did not get our education and come here and educate our, students here, but we lead towards the advancement of the district, advancement of the community, and to put ourselves there as a Filipino leader. So
yes,
shout out to Ate
correct.
Yes, that day. Congratulations.
Okay, that is just the first
First.
segment pa lang natin, ha? So
Mhm.
it is now time for us to pause for a quick break. When we come back, diretso-diretso na tayo for our next 5 episodes, okay? Let's go ahead. Pause for a break. We'll be back.
In a world cluttered with information, where truth is power, Lawin Weekly News stands apart.
We delve deeper, uncover facts, and bring stories to light. From political showdowns and economic triumphs to the pulse of the street and the heart of the community.
We capture the moments that define us, stories that challenge, inspire, and transform.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Oh, good morning. We're back, guys. Good
We are
morning.
back. Now let's go ahead and talk about our second episode, and it was titled "Coming to America: The J1 Journey." All right, let's see if that's gonna be the video that we will play. So was it worth it?
It was worth it. Financially, it
Mhm.
was worth it. And
Okay.
it's just how you manage your finances. Okay, I was
Mhm.
able to get back my money within a short amount of time, within a year, because that was my focus. But at the same time, professionally, I have gained a lot.
Okay, I love that you were talking to Roger Kalimag, right? Who was actually one of
Yes.
our J1 teachers, right? Coming to America. And the question we asked, was it worth it coming here to America?
Mhm.
And he
Coming
said
in.
yes, right? And he talked about the financial aspect of it, how he was able to actually, recoup. Because I think in that conversation, our audience also needs to understand that they have to put something up front, right? Pamasahe papunta dito, pocket money, and all of that, right? So there is also that investment part. But the question was it worth it? I love that he said yes. Kasi naman, he also went back to, he said, because nag-ano din siya, he had a careful financial planning on how he was gonna make it work so it can come back. So galing. It was
Yeah.
a
We
very good.
also have
Hmm?
Yeah. We also have Monica Triumphante for that episode and Iki Van. And
Yes.
both of them said that it was worth it because of the professional gain they experience in return of, what they have invested coming here in America. And
Yeah.
we had a lot of questions there with regard to J1 coming here as a cultural exchange
Mhm.
teacher.
Mhm.
And I think we were able to answer. Actually, we did not. They were the ones who answered it. And in the next episode, guys, we really plan to have a part two of that. But
Of
we did,
course.
right? And it
Mm.
was really an exciting part two. So,
Yes.
Thank you
Okay,
for
let's
all
go
our
ahead.
guests.
Oh, yeah, talking about Monica, let's go ahead give a shout out because I think I do see here Monica. Uh,
Mhm.
Hanap Triunfante said, "Good morning." Oh, she said, "Wow!" A comment to the first episode that we played. So thank you, Monica, for joining us. We have another shout out here from right there.
Melvin de Silva. Good morning, Ma'am Cora, Flores, and Dr. Claire. Good
Yeah.
morning, Melvin. How was the game last night? Wow, you all had fun. Okay,
Yes,
we
and
have
this is
from
from
Eileen,
attorney legal
attorney Eileen
counsel.
Ligon Dizon. Congratulations, Teacher Cora and Dr. Claire, on wrapping up season 1. Looking forward to an exciting season 2. Episode 1 with a bang. Thank
Of
you, Attorney Ligon.
course. Thank you. Thank you, attorney, who is also our producer, right?
Yeah.
The person behind Lawin Media. So thank you for this opportunity.
Mhm.
EJC Bal says, "Good morning, Doc Claire and Mom Cora. You are both awesome from Eunice." Oh, EJC, it's Eunice. Salamat, Eunice. Thank you for always watching and being with us. So comment to us, guys, and share your insights or if you have any questions for us. Let's go ahead and play the next video. Exciting to. Let's see.
Well, like you all said, it takes a village, right? And parents are, part of that village people that help with the education, and we're supposed to be a team. It doesn't, the education, the learning doesn't stop in school. We don't just have the jobs of feeding them and, buying them clothes. We have to help the teachers teach our kids to be productive, grown-ups one day. So we pride ourselves on always meeting with the teachers whenever we can. And, some teachers, they really have that passion. And sometimes it feels like it's a job. But if we meet them and show them, the love and appreciation and be face to face with them and be excited for them, it kind of empowers them, I think, to do a little bit more for our kids, So definitely building that rapport, staying connected with them. And just a little heads up, sometimes a remind has replies turned off.
That was Mr. Mike Castillo, and that was for our episode that was the Game Ka na ba?
Uh-huh.
Back to School
Back
na
to school
episode.
now.
And with that,
And
we had the parent, Mr. Mike Castillo, and the teacher, we actually had Miss Mildred Molito. And Mike was just sharing also, right, how it really is a partnership ng dalawa, parent
Mhm.
and teacher. And I love that, he resoundedly said na it takes a village to raise a child. It's an
Right.
African proverb, and we
That's
always
true.
say that in education.
Yes. And
Yes.
also, I want to point out what he said, that you stay connected with
Mhm.
teachers, appreciate them, and show
Yeah.
them your love as a parent, because teachers are the parent from 7, in fact, not even 7, 6:30 up to 5
Uh-huh.
or even 6. So
Mhm.
you really need to connect with your teachers, guys. If those of
Yeah.
you parents here who are listening, make sure that you try to make a communication with teachers. And honestly
Yes.
speaking, we love it though.
I know,
Okay.
di ba? Communication matters. And I think he even said it, right? It inspires the teachers. So I think that the good thing
Mhm.
we have to take away from that episode is that, goodness begets goodness, right? So if you
Yeah.
share goodness, kasi in this world, ang dami nating mapupunang, we can easily pinpoint what's wrong. You are, and then
Yeah.
both sides can say, you're not doing your job well. We could do our job if you did your job sa bahay. Pero if we look at it from the frameworks of we are partners in educating this child, we just share something that is good, positive, na i-encourage din yung mga teachers in a way.
Yes.
So, yun ang mapupunan
Okay.
natin for that episode 3. Oh, wow. Talagang nagra-rundown na tayo, di ba? Okay, so let's go ahead and watch the next episode. Let's see what we have here.
Because as what Dr. Dr. John were saying, self care is taking care of oneself so that you can be productive and you can live a life to the fullest. I think that's the self care is all about.
And then, as a teacher, it is really, really imperative for us to be productive every single day. Now, this self-care, we really need to have this in our mind, in our daily routine. Like Doctor said, we have to be cognizant of what we're doing so that we will be able to deliver what we need to deliver in front of our students, correct?
That's
So
right.
That's right.
I was thinking
That's right.
that therefore everybody
All
should be
right. So
concerned
we
about
were talking.
self-care.
I know, Cora. I think you have to.
Oh,
There
okay.
you
I
go.
am muted again. So what I'm
Yes.
saying is we were so happy and privileged to have two experts in self-care. We have Gemma Gulaksen and Dr. John
Logroño.
yeah.
Logroño. Yes.
And
John Logroño.
these two were able to give us insights on how we teachers or everybody needs to take care of ourselves. And we're not healthy. What else could we offer? And we could not we will not be able to do our job if we don't take care of ourselves. That was a great episode, though. I love
Yes,
that
I know.
one. Okay.
And I think the very the wonderful thing that we really need to pinpoint in that episode is that we have to understand how we as a society
Mhm,
has evolved because of
mhm.
the pandemic. In
Yeah.
fact, discussions in education, you can never run away now from that social emotional learning. And just
Mhm,
recently, I think I was in a data talk, right? And Holdsworth, that this is from HEB, right? It's a big food chain here. Charles Butt, their CEO, right, has really invested in having a partnership with public school. And so what they
mhm,
did was that they put out a survey to all Texans and put out a survey to teachers, right? In that research in 2024, one of the biggest pieces that they found out was that teachers are actually clamoring also for that self-care, right? We give so much of ourselves, but what is it naman for us? How then do we have that work-life balance? And what is amazing about that research is that there were two young teachers. That was first the teacher's view.
mhm.
But then when the community, the Texan community was asked, what is their priority? They said the priority also is that social emotional piece of their children, but not just also of their children, social emotional piece ng teachers. So isn't that
Okay.
amazing? That yung community mismo has already acknowledged the need to help the teachers. And so I know Dr. John Logs, right,
Mhm.
Logroño, has shared with us a lot of tips during that episode. And we always say, the beautiful thing about our program is that you can still access it via our
Mhm.
YouTube channel, our Facebook channel. So go back, and while we will be on our short break, go back to those episodes
Yes.
so that you can really get take some of the messages there.
Doc,
All right.
I want to
Yes.
piggyback on that research that you have mentioned by HEB.
Yes.
Actually, I read that also, and it was given to the Teacher Development Initiative of the
Mhm.
district. And then they have already informed us on how they did also a survey on that, on how they are going to implement that type of program in in different schools. So they
Mhm.
asked all administrators to provide information with regard to how the status of emotional learning needs of their teachers. So kudos to HEB for doing that. It's more research, more opportunities for us to improve, and I really like that research that they have mentioned. Thank
Yes.
you.
All
Okay.
right. So guess what? We are now actually at this segment junction of our program when we will pause for a quick break. So let's have a quick break and we will be back with more episodes.
See you.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories, from elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits. I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
Beyond Health and Wellness Dr. Rich and Nurse MJ.
Join us as we explore the journey to holistic well-being.
Uncover insights that inspire a healthier, happier life.
Join Beyond Health and Wellness every Friday 8 p.m. Central Time. That would be Saturday 9 a.m. in the Philippines.
Wow.
Don't miss out.
Let's have some shout out naman. We have a reaction here from one of our guests who says this is May De Vera, who says this. Can we flash this? Anong sinabi ni May? Oh, she says, although it is a bit sad here in the Philippines, the government or the department doesn't really prioritize or acknowledge mental health of teachers. So yes, I know, one of the things that we are really advocating for, and we hope that this program can bring about, is that sometimes, there should be discussions out there, and we know that we are reaching the Philippines. So hopefully through this little effort, of constantly having this conversation of how we need to prioritize mental health for everyone, and especially for our teachers, hopefully this is going to reach our, the people that are on that helm, the government and those in the department, to start thinking about how then can we also translate it in the Philippines. Thank you,
And
May.
also, I should say that the teachers organization should be able to to voice it out. We
Mhm.
need somebody who could move the needle to inform our leaders that
Mhm.
we need this. I know they don't really prioritize teachers there, and
Mhm.
I know it. Dr. Claire and I taught in the Philippines, and we really don't focus on teacher social emotional aspect of their lives. All I said is curriculum, instructions, but they forget that aspect of our lives. So what
Mhm.
I'm trying to say is this: go ahead and organize yourself. Be a
Mhm.
moving factor for you to and hear voices coming from teachers. We have a lot of teachers over there, although we have here who came in, but still strong, and you need to voice it out. Organized, do your teachers. We are good in talking, good in speaking. So let the government know, learn, and then push the legislators to put something there that will protect the social emotional aspect of teachers. Okay,
That is
so
true. That is true. Let's go
oh,
ahead and play the next video that we have.
I was given the task to be the teacher of a life skills class. So I
Mhm.
had
a child who had cerebral palsy, who was at the same time blind, at the same time had autism spectrum disorder, at the same time was nonverbal. But he was receiving all the services that he needed. He was receiving PT, he was receiving OT, he was receiving blind instruction or visual impairment instruction. He was receiving so many more things, and that amazed me. I was totally floored by everything I experienced during my 2 years there, and I couldn't help but feel that if only our services were the same as theirs.
Yes.
And I kept asking myself, if they can do it, why can't we do it?
Right.
But that's a totally different chikahan. That was the major change, the major out of the box experience for me. From a regular teacher, a general education classroom teacher, to being a SPED teacher. However, no matter how challenging it was the turning point in my decision when I came back to teach here again in the Philippines. I wanted to be in that particular department. Yes, I know. That was our episode that was entitled Eskwela sa Pilipinas at Amerika. Parehas ba? Right?
Our guest there was Lisha Rivadelo. She taught here in Texas for 3 years and then went back to the Philippines. And
Jamela?
Yeah, we have Jamela Lim, and we have supposed to be Dr. Mataquel from New York. However, he wasn't able to go there, and he was represented by her smart wife, Tina Mataquel. Okay, so it was a great discussion in there, and I think one positive thing that we learned from that episode was Lisha Rivadelo, when she went back to the Philippines, right, at Caleo San Agustin, she really came through with herself that she wanted to have that, what she had here teaching special education kids, to bring it back in the Philippines. And today, Caleo San Agustin was able to have a separate department that will deal with that special department. So congratulations, Lisha, for that.
Lisha, yes. And I know because, she started, it was a question, right? It comes in with the same thought that, May just shared with us a while ago, right? When she shared, how come it's not happening here in the Philippines? But notice that person, you have the power to make that change. And then she started it. So we hope that the, success that St. Augustine school has now, other schools will also try to replicate, and she can be the expert there to share her experience. All right, let's go ahead and move to our next episode. Let's see what we have.
But if you feel like you're not comfortable with that number, do something about it now. Just like what Mon is doing, she's doing her business. I am doing this for my retirement future. So meron additional income, marireceive as a passive income on top of my retirement money from TRS.
Yes.
That's why I push also to be assistant principal, because you will boost your salary from being a teacher to becoming an administrator. And TIA is a good platform as well to boost up your number. So the exemplary and master, that's about $15,000 to $20,000 to be added to your annual salary. So please push for that, because you are naturally an exemplary and a master teacher. Just do what you got to do, man. Nobody receive that in.
Boy, that's very encouraging. Maybe next time I'm gonna put up my business now. I will push for it. What do you think?
I know, got me thinking, what should be my business? Got just to find the talent na lang for that. Okay.
But Claire, you have yours. You just have yours. You know that. And you just had the concert last time.
I know.
Move to that.
Really? Okay. Sige. Thank you. Pero I don't know.
That
Yes,
was fun.
I know. It was a fun discussion.
This business.
Oo, the
Yeah.
topic was teacher sa umaga or educator sa umaga, madiskarte after school. So those were teachers, educators kasi si Cerrito is already an assistant
Mhm.
principal, right, sa school. So and then Mon Divina Gracia is a teacher in Aldine, and actually they have an after school job. So Mon bakes, and she bakes
Mhm.
amazing cakes, and then ano
Mhm.
naman, si Boy or Cerrito, he does
Yeah.
insurance on the side, right?
Insurance. Yeah, he
Mm.
sells insurance, and
Mm.
then on the side, he talks to people and do speaking engagement with regard to educating our people on financial literacy. So
Yeah.
that was a great discussion. Also, just to give you a view that we could, okay, push our investment on different ways after school. So that was an episode wherein we are encouraging all of you to do something else after school. So those two guests that we had is really,
Yeah.
really inspiring.
I would like to give this shout out because I have a person here who interacted. First shout out from Princess uh, Jurgen Baroga, who says, "Good morning. Hello, Princess." And then we have a comment here from Gina Longoria Foroy. Good morning, Gina. And then she added this message. Gina said, "Great message. Need to think about passive income after retirement." So thank you, Gina, for that comment. Let me just share who Gina is. She's a very, very good friend of mine. She was we worked together in Aldine as a teacher, and I am also glad because even if Gina is not a Filipino, but she is, watching us. So thank you very much, Gina, for interacting with us today. So Gina is now actually Aldine's executive director for their family engagement. So SAFACE, family and community engagement. And of course, I want to give a shout out to, as a Bearcat, she is also a doctoral student at Sam Houston State University. But thank you, Gina. Yes, one thing we really have to think about, especially teachers, right, is that how do we make sure that we are prepared? As what Buboy said, right? If you are comfortable with your numbers, then you're fine. But if you're not comfortable with that for retirement, then what is it that you are going to do to augment that? So
Yeah.
very
And
beautiful. Mhm.
that's true. And you know what? There's a misconception on that thing because there's a lot of young teachers who are now here. And every time you're talking about retirement, they push it back. They don't want to talk about retirement since, why am I thinking of retirement? I'm still young. See?
Mhm.
So the more you think about it now, the earlier you prepare, the better because your premium is less expensive than you get to a point that you are 5, 6, 7 years before retirement. So my suggestion to you, be proactive. Do it now
Yes.
while you can. Okay.
Yes. And Gina actually also said this. Let's flash that. Kudos to you. Great platform for discussion. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Gina.
Thank you, Miss
Yeah.
Gina. Maybe one time you could be
Soon
in
to
our
be.
show.
Yes, soon to be Dr. Foroy. So I
Yeah.
can't wait. All right. So let's move on. Let's go now to the next episode. Let's watch it. Share a similar situation as you. So what is your advice to couples who may be in the same profession as you? What is it that you would want them to learn from how you guys work in that relationship? Start with Team Molito.
Okay. No, you want to say, okay?
Whatever profession we are, may it be a teacher or something else, the most important thing is we find time for ourselves. We find time for our families, because sometimes we get so engrossed with the work and the things that we need to be done, and sometimes we forgot that we have somewhere and there inside our own homes that we have to take care of. So whatever it is, just trust in God and everything will be fine. Yes.
Yes, and if I want to add something, yeah, just like what Sandra's saying, whatever field, whether it's teaching or any other career, you have to find meaning in what you do, find the purpose in what you do, because
Yes, wow,
That's
that
a
was
nice episode. This is partners in crime, right?
yes,
Non-Kisame
this was
partners.
episode 7 in school and at home. Partners tayo.
Wow.
We had two teams, Team Molito and Team Cabahog, right? Mr. and
Yes.
C. So, so they are both teachers, right? And
Uh-huh.
how does that partnership work? And I really love, how they said they have, the support that you have from each other. And if there was one commonality, then, and this is really an avenue for me to speak about it, right? Triangle talaga yung marriage, right?
Mm.
It's the both partners, husband and the wife, and of course you have this one person on top,
That's
because there was really that message coming from them, that guidance from that big person up above, God, our Lord Jesus Christ, right, who is the center of that marriage.
Dr. Fair.
Oh,
I am when I was when the camera is rolling and then I'm trying to recall what was said on that thing. I am just back of my mind thinking, oh my God, they're speaking the same language. How is it different when there's no more difference when you are outside of the house and inside the house and you still talk about it. But they said that communication is really uh good for both of them because they do understand each other. One
mhm.
is doing something else and one is doing the other way. But then they do collaborate for each other in and out of the classroom. That is
Exactly.
excellent.
And
Okay.
then they were able to put partners talaga, right? Because what was missing here, I can help you with that, right?
Yes.
And then whatever was also missing sa partner, I can help you with that. I think there was a partner na talagang prepare siya in advance,
Yes.
right? And then the other
And the
partner
other one is
comes in,
not.
like, what are we doing? And it's like, okay, here you go. Let me give you tips and strategies of what I'm doing. But it was really, really a fun. I would
Right.
love to bring those couples back. All right, let's go ahead and pause for another break, and we will be in our very last 15 minutes of our segment with Live Chikahan. We'll be back.
Welcome to Season 2 of the Pink Table Talk by Dr. Carly D. Tune in and let's think pink on Wednesday. Come join as we are creating community through conversation. This is our voice. We're diving deep into powerful conversations that inspire, uplift, and empower. Season 2 of Pink Table Talk with Dr. Carly D. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time.
Okay.
Are back, and let's now get rolling to our next video. What was our next episode? Let's play it.
And within the 24, 11% of them are special ed, identified special ed students. And we speak, I think there are like 120 languages.
Mm-hmm.
Languages is spoken in Texas, just Texas only. And of course, 86% Spanish, 11 point something percent is like another language. We have Arabic, and we have Vietnamese as second to Spanish. Yes, so there's a lot of growing languages, growing population from different countries. In my district myself, we have like, just in my campus, we have like 23. This is just one campus. 23 different languages is spoken in the building. So that is a lot. Now, this English once they register on campus and you see on their home language.
Wow.
All right.
That's Joyce Garcia. Okay. What's the title of that episode again, Dr. Claire?
Purong Pinoy, blessed with bilingual brain.
Yes.
Oh,
We have Dr. Brown, also Dina Brown in that episode. We have Joyce Garcia. She is connected in ALIF ISD. And then we have, they're the only two, right?
Yes, though they were the only two.
Those were the experts that we had during that episode, and blessed with bilingual brains. You see how it is when you are teaching in both languages, and you are not even expert on this, but you see how our Filipino teachers excel in teaching this kinds of students.
Emergent bilingual. They are called our emergent bilingual students, formerly known as English language learners or English learners. 120 languages spoken here in Texas. When I work in HISD, also in the multilingual department, I remember going to the different schools and really knowing there is a dual language school that is in Arabic, Chinese, and then Vietnamese. So we got it all. All right. That was an amazing episode that we talked about again.
Look, I have a question to you. What is your takeaway in that episode?
The biggest takeaway from that emergent bilingual episode was that we have to make sure that we really, are cognizant of the needs of those students. Again, sometimes we always think that in teaching our student, we are only looking at their academic achievement, cognitive, and then also build their language, right? The cognitive and then the linguistic. But state law in Texas, it's a law. It's part of the law that we also have to teach the affective piece for our emergent bilinguals. And what is that affective piece? It's about those emotions, honoring also the cultural background. Again, very big piece, and I'll be in my soapbox right here because emergent bilingual is very close to my heart. We have to remember that if we don't provide that environment for them, the amygdala of the brain shuts down. Yun ang affective. So no matter how great teaching you give the students, but if you have not captured their heart, it's not going to go anywhere. So remember those three things: cognitive, linguistic, and that emotional, affective piece.
That said, I am reminding everyone, every teachers who are watching right now, you have to make education equitable for all of our bilingual students. So you just don't teach what the curriculum said. You have to make provisions on those kids to be part of the lesson and learning and hitting all of those aspects of their brain. Okay, so
we call that a differentiation of instruction, so that you can have an equitable education.
That's right.
All right, let's move to the next one. What's our next episode?
Hit rock bottom several times, and when I do talk to my mother about it, she tells me, well, reflect on it, sleep on it, because tomorrow is just going to be harder than what you experienced yesterday. And it's all about seeking support, because if we just keep it all internally, nobody...
Wow.
That's
great.
Yes, that was an episode close to heart kasi the title of that episode was Pinoy sa Bahay, Phil-Am sa Labas. And we had very special guests. We actually had our children, my very own Chan Priscilla who was there. And then, of course, Miss
My
Cora.
daughter, Bayang Lualhati Flores.
Yes.
And the video that we have seen is my niece who is in the military, actually Air Force, that she was ready to take off and go on a mission before
Wow.
that video was taken. So it was
Yes.
really interesting.
And then,
And
of course, I had another guest there, Louise Zanoria, who also shared she was actually already working, right? And she's still pursuing her studies. And she was there who was able to join us. So thank you, Louise. And we had one more, yung nephew.
yeah, my nephew, that was Alberto Tubo.
Uh-huh.
And he is based in San Francisco, California. And you know what? Actually, I was not on myself on that particular episode because I was listening to what they're saying. So
Yeah.
my notes are off because I I was amazed by what Alberto, Ian, your son, and Bayang's responses and all of those questions. Those are all unscripted and they spoke from the heart. Did
Exactly.
you feel that?
Biggest takeaway from there was that no, there is no Pinoy sa bahay, Phil-Am sa labas. There is only Phil-Am sa bahay
Yeah,
at labas. And
that's
the
true.
biggest understanding, takeaway, from us parents and also teachers who may be serving, right? Sometimes we think that no, they change culture when they come in. They have actually evolved into a culture of their own, wherein, yes, I am a Filipino, but I am now an American, and we have to honor that. And we also have to take a step back, right? In pushing them to really, act like how it is in our country, not anymore. So that was really a very good takeaway. All
And
right.
as parents, we cannot impose anymore. They have their own mind, and these children created their own path of their life. You see, it was really interesting when each one of them were able to speak their mind and things that we did not expect that they learned from us. They were able to express it. That was
I know.
amazing.
All right. Let's move to our next episode. What was our next episode?
Do I take care of myself? Am I able to present myself to other people? Because I represent God. I represent my family. I represent my husband. And even with women, we always tell them that when you look good, it's a reflection of your partner. Diba? That your partner is really taking care of you. Siyempre, pag losyang ka, you know that may partner ka na stress yung buhay mo. Well, yeah, joke yun, diba? Pero totoo yun. But it's also is that if you have that inner peace in your life, if you have that inner peace in life, it transcends sa'yo. So next to the advocacy of the MC Aesthetics, this is the brand, that I have. And what we're doing, aside from the making other people beautiful, is that we also build churches all over the world, and most especially.
Yay! All right. That was Marlu Colina of MC Aesthetics. And then the other guest that we had there was Paul and Jing Maganti, right?
Maganti.
Yes, who were actually also in the financial aspect, right? Financial literacy. So the title of that episode was Education Outside the Classroom, a Social Responsibility. Yes. And so
in this episode, we were able to our guests were able to point out how it is important that you try to take care of yourself and then educate other people by showing who you are and what you are, taking care of it. May it be on the financial side, may it be on the physical side and emotional side, you should be able to brand yourself and educate other people through yourself. Okay, so
I will just, you know what, it's very timely, and I know it's going to be something personal. I just really want to personally thank also MC Aesthetics, Marlo Colina, for helping me take care of myself, my skin, sa lahat po ng mga friends natin dyan. I just want to let you know na wala po tong makeup, no foundation. Every time na
walang filter.
walang filter.
Oh, wala ring filter to, ha? Wala ring makeup. We just woke up like this. Guys, it's early in the morning. We have no time. Just lipstick. Just
That's
lipstick.
true.
We're good.
Exactly. All right. Thank you, MC.
Okay.
Let's go move on to the next episode.
That the most rewarding experience on the first days that you receive your salary. Receiving a salary 11 times from what you are receiving from the Philippines. Just imagine that one that you are about to, on the first paycheck. Oh, I got this one. Like your eyes will go big and you are in, oh, like I got this type of salary on the first paycheck. And I think that is the most rewarding experience that I got here teaching in the USA. Because, you know, Claire, like you feel that your sleepless nights, that your long, very long patience, you know, tending to these kids, your understanding, and your acting performance in the classroom. Your classroom is your stage. And, you know, I believe every teacher, each and every one of us is the best actress and actor of our room. You know, like everything. Your talent fee is being paid off properly. You are given more than the amount that you are expecting. And on the other hand, Claire, you know, I realized one thing in the USA, that we Asian teachers, I always say this one to my classroom, remember this Asian teacher of yours, saying this one and that. Like we Asian teachers, we, especially Pinoys, oh, proud Pinoy here, Pinoy tayo. Pinoy tayo eh. That no amount of fight that we experience in the room, that no amount of misbehavior that we see from our kids cares of everything that we hear from them. You know, once we stand firm in the stage of our room, once we show up, once we give our hearts in teaching, then
I love Eunice. I
know.
love Eunice. Oh my God, so passionate. You could really feel what she said. It transcends right here from the screen. Eunice, congratulations, and the rest of
Yes, and
our
actually,
J1 during those time.
So that was J1's journey to America. Kumusta na? We were asking, it was a follow-up from the first one. It was their coming to America, journey coming here. That second episode was now that they are in America, what are some of their, you know, celebrations, but also their challenges. And so our guests there were Ellen Gratel, Eunice Joyce Balgonion, Julius Gonzalez, Rolando Roa, Efren Laysan, and Grace Gayo was supposed to be with us, but then she was not able to join us. But again, we can always invite her for the next
We
one.
were graced. Yeah, we were graced by so many J1 teachers who are willing to share their experiences. There goes Eunice. I'm so glad that right now our super Pinoy powers as teachers are recognized and appreciated. I am super elated that we are shining brightly here in Texas.
Yes,
So that was really exciting, and I am so glad that we were given an opportunity to give a platform for our J1 teachers to express and relate their stories and their, you know, achievements here in United States as cultural exchange teachers.
Yes, the biggest piece, because I think it was actually Efren, right, who shared that, and it's gonna resonate again with our next guest for our last episode. Yung URL, Efren said that, you know, one advice: unlearn, relearn, and learn. So, what was the biggest piece that you would want from our teachers to take away is that we should always be open to learning, right? Unlearn some of the things that we thought are working, but they are not. Unlearn them. Then relearn some of the things that needed to stick in that foundational pieces, and then learn, having something new to learn. All right, let's now move on to our very final episode, episode 12. Let's go ahead, roll that VTR.
And then for me as a teacher, kapag kailangan mo ng tutukan talaga yung mga nag-fail na students and they have to retake the test. After retaking the test, babalik sila sa'yo. They are asking you if they pass the test the second time around, and then you're going to spill the tea that they passed. They will really cry, they will hug you, they will jump. Alam niyo yung sobrang appreciation na maibibigay nila sa'yo because you definitely changed their life, academic life. Kasi like for example for us, if they won't be able to pass the test, they won't be able to graduate, or since we are specialty school, tatanggalin sila sa school namin, and they don't want that one. So just doing that for them means a lot for me as well, and seeing that one means a lot for me as well.
I love it. Oh, I think
Dr.
Jenny,
Clare,
yes.
all the sharings are really great in a sense that we all, you and I, have experienced the same thing, especially on the level of classroom teachers. Now, what I'm trying to say is this: we have a common denominator when it comes to reward that we received every single day. From 7 o'clock up to 4 or 5 in the afternoon, when you hear these experiences they have, all of those are gone because of how we impact our students and how our students really say it to us. And sometimes they don't even say it, they will just hug you, especially in the elementary level, even if they wow.
Yes. All right. That
That's
was
the last
that was
wow
the last episode. It was United States of
of
Filipino
Filipino teacher.
mga guro sa America. And so in that episode, we actually had Genesis, right? Koli,
Akawili.
Agkawili, yes,
Uh-huh.
from Virginia. Then we have Joanne Kayabyab Kawili,
Kawili.
from New Jersey. Then Rhonda Jenson C. from California. And then Rodora Jensen C. from California, Kate Reyes from New York, and Renette C. Martinez from Arizona. And dami. We had so many teachers, and there was also a special participation with Melodia de Guzman, right, who gave us a video, and she represented Texas. And one of the things.
That episode, I really would like to commend all of our guests because it was a short notice for them to be in the show, because I am trying to get around at least 15 of the states in here, but the schedule doesn't really, because of the time zone that we have. And
Exactly.
I really appreciate our guests, especially in the northeast part. We have Virginia, we have New York and New Jersey, particularly one in the West. We have rides because the time difference, they were there as early as what,
6 in
6
the
o'clock
morning.
in the
6 in
morning,
the
and
morning.
they
Yeah.
show up and they show out. So they have
Right.
given their best on that particular issue. And the insights are so gorgeous that, we learned a lot from all of these teachers. Some of them I did not even meet. Okay. So they say yes and express their thoughts and experiences to all of you. So I,
Yes.
I hope you did have a good time watching that.
And Genesis actually also mentioned again the URL, the unlearn, relearn, and learn. So notice that was the J1, and then we had veterans teachers. So
Yes.
really summing up, right? When you talk about education, it is that constant wanting to learn something. So we never stop. As teachers, we keep on learning. Let's share this special message that I just was able to see from Miss Eunice. Again, she said your support as veteran teachers to us mean a lot. It really helped us transition smoothly here in Texas. And of course, give a biggest shout out to our Unified Safe EP Houston, right? That is, of course, our president here, Mrs. Cora Flores, who is, leading.
Guilty.
Yes, and of course, all the rest of the team. We have Zandro Molito, who is our VP, very, very supportive. We have our Secretary Luz and
Gemma Lim.
Gemma also, right? Gemma, who's also leading as a secretary for our group. And then our treasurer, Miss Noli. Noli, anong last name ba?
Noli, I'm sorry, I forgot the last name. Okay, and also we have Dr. Clare as part of our board members. We have Dr. Dina Brown, also one of our founding members. And to piggyback on Dr.
Bechara, Noli Bechara. Yes. I know kasi, dalawa kasi yung sa Facebook niya.
Doc, I would like to piggyback on what you said about Dr. Genesis Akawili, one of our guests. It was a funny story because we have a thread for the unified all presidents all over the world. I was saying, why do I have Genesis in this thread? Little did I know that Genesis is one of the board members of the United Federation of Filipino Organization all over the world, and said, oh my God, I was talking to you last time and you did not even mention that we both belong to the same organization. You see how wide it is? So, what is this? This is the support you are getting from veteran teachers, guys. So just hanging in there. We promise you that we are going to excel. Like what we said, we are forming a society for the advancement of Filipino and education professionals here in Houston. And we're thinking that we would expand in the rest of other cities here. So just hanging in there. Dr. Claire and I are here. We have a lot of support from us.
Exactly. And our leadership team, of course. That's all right. Guess what? Oh my goodness, we have already, I know we've extended some time, but it's okay because this is our final episode wrap up for season 1. Of course, we are done with the season and hopefully we'll get to see you in season 2. But before we actually close out, we just want to have a special shout out and thank you to the people who has been supporting us. I just want to say, thank you so much to my dear husband, Glenn sila. Glenn, salamat kasi he prepares my tea every time we start. So salamat talaga for doing that. Again, your support matters to me. And I already said my shout out. Again, thank you MC Aesthetics for bringing out this natural beauty without foundation, without makeup. May advertisement pa. And of course, thank you, my dear partner, Miss Cora Flores. It's always a joy, thinking and planning these great events, episodes with you. We always piggyback on each other's idea. Thank you to Lawin Media and, of course, Attorney Ligot Dizon, our producer. Thank you, Krisha May, who is our technical assistant, for all this. So, Krisha, thank you so much. And, of course, Christian Toledo, the director of the show, from the very beginning, who has also helped us. So, yun ang mga and our dear viewers, thank you. Has been, and I know I will allow Miss Cora to continue with that.
Okay, so first of all, thank you also for all of you who supported us, our guests from the Philippines and the entire United States who came so close to us with all of the discussions. Thank you for your insights. We got a lot of teachers who were able to learn from all of your words and all of your experiences. Thank you. Also, again, thank you for Attorney Dizon, Eileen Dizon, for giving us the opportunity to have this platform for teachers, and Christian, Kisha, and all of those who work hard in order to put up this program. Thank you for Isabel Salter, Rosalim, Joyce, the daughters of Babylon right there in San Agustin, lahat kayo dyan, all the J1s, batch 1, batch 2, batch 3. Thank you so much for watching us. And we hope that next time, our next season, we will also have you here. And we are requesting that you put your comments in there. So make suggestions, good feedbacks, and then we will pick it up and do it in our next season. We're going to make an announcement on when are we going to come back for the next season. And for those of you who are listening right now, especially the officers of SAFE, I would like to remind you that on October 30th, we are going to have our courtesy call at the Philippine Consulate at exactly 2 o'clock. So make arrangements in your school. We need to be there and show our group and introduce to the new set of consulate officers. Okay? So, thank you, Pilipinas. Salamat, salamat sa inyong lahat.
Yes, maraming salamat and God bless everyone. See you next season.
See you.